Hello everybody! It has been a while since I fixed some bad shinies, and boy do I have a few bad shinies in this video for you. So without me going too far into an explanation, let's just jump right into it. Starting off this list, we have Chansey. Its normal shiny is a gross green color that's also kind of like off yellow as well. Honestly, it's just not a very good shiny, so what I decided to do for my first is to make it a light blue with darker blue accents. I feel like this fits Chansey pretty well, and honestly, isn't bad. For my second shiny, I decided to make it purple with pink highlights. I feel like this also really fits Chansey well, and probably should have been the shiny we got. Lastly, I decided to make Chansey's body a lighter pink while giving it blue accents. I feel like this perfectly mixes my previous two shinies I made, and also fits really well. And here are my shiny Chansey together. The next Pokemon I picked is Shiinotic. Its shiny is a very gross mix of colors, being a dark brown and yellow. Honestly, they could have done anything else with this Pokemon and it would have been so much better. But for my first shiny, I decided to make it pink and teal. I feel this really fits Shiinotic, and also just makes more sense than the shiny we got. For my second shiny, I made it a light yellow with red and purple accents. This also fits Shiinotic pretty well, and honestly is a shiny that I could see Game Freak making. And lastly, I made Shiinotic all colors of green. I feel like this works extremely well. This is what shiny Shiinotic should have been from the beginning. We shouldn't have even needed this conversation. And here are my shiny Shiinotic together. Next up on the list, I decided to pick Mankey. Its normal shiny is just a very weird mint green color. Honestly doesn't fit this Pokemon at all. So for my first shiny, I decided to make it a bright orange. I feel like this works extremely well, and is honestly a palette swap that could have been possible in the beginning of Pokemon. For the second shiny, I decided to make it a very light yellow with a blue nose. I feel like this also fits Mankey very well, and is noticeable enough to make you want to shiny hunt it. Lastly, I decided to make Mankey white while keeping its hands, feet, and tail brown. I feel like this is also an amazing shiny and really fits Mankey quite well. And here are my shiny Mankey together. And for the fourth Pokemon, I picked Hitmonlee. Again in this video, we have a shiny that turns a very odd and gross green. So for the first one, I decided to make its body more of a magenta purplish color, while not really changing much else on it. I feel like this is a big enough change and a different color that actually fits this Pokemon better. Next up, I decided to make it a darker brown, while making its segments more gray. While this isn't the biggest change, it also looks way better than green in my opinion. And lastly, I went for the tried and true black, while giving it green accents on its feet, kind of symbolizing its original shiny. Honestly, this one is my favorite. And here are my shiny Hitmonlee together. And now, I'd picked Swoobat. Its shiny is also a very weird green color. This is an overarching theme with shinies, and honestly not a good one. So for the first shiny, I decided to make it a darker blue. This honestly fits Swoobat perfectly, and is the shiny we probably should have gotten over the original. Next up, I decided to go all out, making it a weird orange and purple mix, with teal highlights. Honestly, when I was making this, I thought, what colors can I put together that somehow fit, and this is what I came up with. And lastly, I just made it a baby blue with white and purple accents. Honestly, when I made this one, I was nodding my head and I was like, this is definitely the shiny Game Freak should have made. And here are my shiny Swoobat together. And for the last shiny of this video, we have Elekid, whose shiny just makes it slightly darker yellow, barely noticeable. So for the first shiny, I made it orange like its evolution. Again, this fits perfectly, and considering the rest of the line, is what Game Freak should have done. For the second shiny, I made it an electric blue. This also fits pretty well with this Pokemon, and honestly should have been the shiny the whole line got. And lastly, I went with a tried and true white. This fits really well with the black lines, and honestly would have been a shiny worth adding to your collection. And here are my shiny Elekid together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment of which shiny you like best in the description, and give me some ideas for another video I can do. But with that said, this is Let's Go 115 signing out. Peace.